Good evening. No? Yes. Good evening, everybody, from sunny Rosendale. So it's nearly 6 o'clock if you're joining me from home. I hope you're nearly ready. You've got yourself a little space of extraneous persons who are going to either comment or annoy you. And we're going. And this evening we're on week 5. And it's Salute to the Sun, which is a Hatha yoga vinyasa, which means a series of movements. And Hatha yoga is part of the original Raja yoga. And is the Hatha means balance, moon and sun. And it's the original moves of the Salute to the Sun, and I adapted it to make it a more somatic experience. So what that basically means is that we're going to do an additional focus from the inside out. That's the somatic element that you're moving from the inside out, that I really invite you to sense the parts of your body as you move. And you might have done it quite like this before if you've done Salute to the Sun before, because I'm going to build up on bits pieces of it as using a squeeze release to both warm the muscles and to use that somatic element of moving gently to the edge of your comfort and then moving back. So with all yoga, it is really based in concentration and your mind sensing what's happening in your body. So we're going to start standing. And tonight we're going to do a bit of salute to the, well, we're going to do Salute to the Sun. And we're going to move on a little bit and do a bit of warrior. I don't mean warrior. I mean warrior. Rah. So let's just begin at hip width. So look down, check your, same as I need to, just check my bits. Check they're all in alignment. Okay. And so our hip width, looking straight down, through the front of your feet. And as you stand, let your shoulders roll back and down. Tuck your chin in a little bit so the top of your head comes up. And just close your eyes for a second and rock gently from front to back. Sensing the balance as it shifts forward into your toes and back into your heels, and then finding somewhere where it's equally balanced between front and back. And then have a little rock side to side as well. It can be really small. And find a place where you're balanced in the center. Sense your toes and let them spread. Going to take your hands to prayer position. Okay. So we're just watching your hands and breathing in as your hands rise up towards the heavens, and exhale back to your heart. I'm going to breathe into the front of the room and out back to your heart. And as you do this, hands, and use this moment to settle you, to bring you here, settle you in place, leaving behind everything, everybody else. Now this time as you go up, going to reach up and do a standing reaching stretch. Soften one knee and then the other, and reaching up, looking up. So if you're trying to climb, reach and reach. Now take a big breath in at the top. And we're going to reach up and over. So it's up and over as if something was in front of you, and you reach up and over it now. Look up, look front, and reach for me. Beautiful. Tail reach backwards, arms reach forwards as you come down. Tuck your chin in, tuck it into your chest, and let your hands just dangle. And just notice without judgment where your hands are, where they dangle, and how your legs are feeling in this position. The backs of your legs feel a stretch. And even as you stand there for a moment or two, you might find that you can relax a little bit around your low back, around your tummy, and let yourself drop down with the weight of your body as much as you can. Let's take a breath in here and feel how your body lifts up on the breath. Nice breath in. And exhale. Soften your knees. Bring your tail round and underneath you. And then pushing into your feet, roll your way up really slow. Delicious. Unroll your spine and let your head come back up and roll your shoulders back and down, and we'll have a little roll. So we get things moving nice, slowly and gently. And now we'll come back to prayer position. And with your in-breath, watching your hands, reaching up and stretch, stretch. Reach up, look up, use your eyes, make your eyes dynamic, reaching, looking. Breathe in and reach up to your highest. And now we're going to reach up and over. And your hands are reaching forward, and they keep reaching forward and trying to look up for as long as you can. And then find your dangle. And we'll relax here for a moment. And as you relax here, you'll be able to feel the sensation of fresh, oxygenated blood travelling into your brain, your skin, your hair, your head, your eyes. And the oxygen in your brain will make you more clear-minded. It's a relaxing position where you've let your nervous system calm down by bending forward. Soften your heart rate, lower your blood pressure. Take a nice deep breath in and feel how you lift up on the breath. As you breathe out, soften those knees, bring your tail in and underneath, and the slow up. So the sensation here is that I'm looking to roll up my spine and sit it, one bone after the other, one on top of the other, above my pelvis as I come up, shoulders back and down, and we'll have a little wriggle. Beautiful. Prayer position. In breath, watch your hands. Reaching, lengthening, reaching, lengthening. Big breath in at the top, lifting up the pelvic floor, tightening your muscles. Let your head drop back. So you've got like a pad of muscle around there through lifting your arms and reaching high. Pad of muscle there. You can lean your head back a little bit. And then with your tummy muscles, your pelvic floor, all your tight, we're just going to have a little tiny look behind you on the ceiling. And if this is too much for you, bring your hands into your low back. It's a nice, easy one. Don't go too far. Reaching up. That's going to give you the collar of muscles. Reaching up. We're going to come up and over. Look forward. Look up. Reach, reach. Keep going. And into your dangle. And once again, notice where your hands are. Notice if they've dropped down a little bit as you start to move and warm your muscles. Tuck your chin in. Give your head a little nod and a little shake. So it's really loose, hanging. on the end of your spine. This time we're going to look between your ankles and then start to look between your feet towards the front of the room. As you do that, you breathe in and your arms are still dangling, but you lift up on the breath. And then fold your way down, arms just dangle, and tuck your chin right in. If you get this position with your legs straight, too much for you any time, just bend your knees slightly, make it easier for yourself. We're going to do that again. So look from between your ankles. Watch forwards towards the wall, along the floor, towards the wall. Breathe in, lift up, tail is stuck up, breathe in, and then fold your way down. Make it delicious and slow, and tuck your chin in. Look between your ankles. Look forward to the front of the room. Start to look up. Breathe in. And then fold gently back. Tuck your chin in. If your finger anywhere near the floor, it's a good idea to put your fingers so that your palms are and the backs of your hands are on the floor. It's just this position for your hands and your wrists. Beautiful. Okay, so let's soften your knees. Bring your tail in and underneath you. Push into your feet. Roll your way up, nice and easy. Shoulders back and down. Prayer position. In breath. Reach as high as you can, and this time reaching with arms so that you've got these shoulders up. Draw your head back, pelvic floor, tummy muscles. Look a little bit back behind you. Reach up and over, reach for me. Eyes up, chest up. Keep reaching, keep reaching, keep reaching. And then soften. Chin tucks in. Look between your ankles. Look towards the front of the room. Breathe in. Let yourself rise up. Hands are dangling. Let yourself dangle back down. Soften your knees, but this time bring your arms up by your ears, reaching forward like you're about to dive off a diving board. And you can bring your hands together or you can link and then look at your thumbs. Could be that's too much and you just need to look down. But we're going to lift your thumbs. Keep looking. Lift your thumbs. Tail stay sitting. This is called fierce position. Oh, you look very fierce. All of you very fierce. Rah! And we're going to come down. Tuck your chin in. Straighten your legs. Dangle. Look between your heels. Look towards the front of the room. Start to breathe in. Arms dangle. Your back is now arching, so your belly's hanging down and your back is arched, tail up. Breathe. Ease down on the out breath. Soften your knees. Bring your arms by your ears. Fierce position. Looking up at your thumbs. Gaze at your thumbs. Reach your hands. We're pushing into your feet. Reach up. Open your arms. Pelvic floor, tummy muscles. A little look back. Now this time we're coming up, over, but your hands are going to come around to your tail. You're still coming up and over with your body to your tail, and they can slide down the back of your legs. You're trying to tuck your toes in and slide your hands down to wherever it is they go comfortably. Tuck your chin in. Have a little tuck of your chin, and if you've got your hands behind your legs, you can squeeze gently your chest towards your knees. Let your hands go. Look between your ankles. Look towards the front of the room. Start to breathe in. Lift. In breath, arms dangle. Out breath. Chin tucks in. Soften your knees. Bring your hands up so that your arms by your ears, reaching forward. You can stay looking down or look at your thumbs, and we're going to lift your thumbs to the heavens. Keep your tail down. Keep it down. Keep it down. Exhale and bring that back down. Hands can come down, and you're going to put them down in front of your feet by about a hand width, and wider than your feet by about a hand width. Soften your knees so that you can get your hands down, and take your right leg back behind you. Step it back. You can put your knee down if you want to, and then shuffle. I'll move forward. Shuffle yourself backwards until this front knee is above your ankle or behind it. Now at this point, you can choose where you want to have your hands. Sometimes it's more comfortable to have your hands on the inside. Sometimes it doesn't matter. So see how you go. Let your back toes lay down, your foot be flat, and let that back hip drop forwards. You're looking down. Look down and into yourself. Feel the stretch through that back thigh. Start to look forward along the floor, up the wall, and look up to the heavens, pushing the heel of your hands. Look up. Just normal breathing. Look down to the floor. Tuck your toes on at the back. I'm saying that because that's hard for the neck. So you don't want to be up there all the time. Bring yourself back to alignment with your spine. Toes under at the back. If you feel like you want to do it, let's just lift that knee. Beautiful. You can feel that hip stretch down the front of your thigh. And then you're going to pull the front foot to the back. So I sort of uncouple myself like that because I've come from the inside. And then pull that foot back and put your knees down. Now find you're a little bit further back than the normal kneeling position, and that's fine, because I want you just to let your pelvis drop forward a little bit. We're not dangling it down, we're just dropping it forward a little bit into kneeling plank. Take your toes together, knees open, sit yourself back, and as you sit back, aim your tail down, really go to sad puppy, tuck your tail between your legs, tail down, and then you can support your head. We're doing pose of the child, or you can just put your head down, and we're going to take a resting breath here. We'll come back up to hands and knees. Hands a little bit forward and a little bit wide. Bring your knees back to knee width because you open them then to do that child. And now bring your chest between your arms, looking straight down. Kneeling plank, pelvic floor, muscles. And now we're going to take it into a plank. So if you want to do it, one toe goes under and then the other. And you're aiming for your tail not to move. Lovely. So just looking down, think about your tummy muscles and lifting up and in. Just gazing down. Spend a moment there. And then we'll put your knees down. Your tail moves back. Your elbows come back so that they're in a line behind your hands, behind your wrists. And then you scoop your, as though you were going to kiss the floor or lick up something delicious. Don't know what, jelly babies. What is it? Biscoff spread. Lovely. whatever that is. That sounds great. That's your scoop. Okay, so we're going to go through. You're not quite touching. Your elbows are coming down this way rather than out. And then there's a push. Belly comes through. Nice. Shoulders back and down. Tops of the feet down. Lovely. And then you can look up. Breathe in. Shoulders back and down. Pushing the heel of your hands. Look into your forehead with your eyes. Move your tail back. Open your knees. Let's have a little rest. Feel your low back rounding as you turn your tail down and tuck it in. And just relax there for a breath. Coming back up onto hands and knees. And the same leg as you had forward last time. Yeah. So that means the one that you stepped back is the other one. Does that make sense? Find your place there or here. Your foot is flat and your knee is above or behind your ankle. Let that back hip drop forward. So if you're here, see if you can release to here. Have a look. So if you're here, let that release. And just let it, see if you can let it go. Lovely. Look straight down. Look into you, into your belly. Look along the floor. Look towards the front of the room. As you do, you'll feel that stretch increase. And look up, pushing the heel of your hand. Feel that lovely lunge. Toes are going under at the back. Going to lift that knee. Spend a moment sensing that now you've got a really good stretch down from the other hip as well, yes? Psoas as well, which is one of the things we're focusing on at the moment, psoas. You need to have your elbows unlocked. Pull the front foot to the back. Put it down near the other foot. Doesn't have to be right next to it. You can leave it hip width. Open your shoulders a little wider. Put your knees down and come into a kneeling plank. And then if you want to, pick up your knees. You should still be in a flat line. That's why it's and you're looking down. So the line extends right to the top of your head to your crown. When you've been up here a few moments, you can feel little shakes, and that's a good thing. That means those muscles are working really hard. You're getting to the end of the point at which they're saying enough. Let your hips, let your knees come down. Move your hips back towards your heels. We're going to scoot forward. Look up, guide your chest up, guide your shoulders back and down, pushing the heel of your hands, and look up. Looking up into your eyebrows, up facing dog, toes under. We're going to go back into the plank. Now at the moment you've got your hips hanging down, I don't want that. Bring them back, and then if you want, come into plank. We'll spend a moment here. Beautiful. Looking down, everything tight. Put your knees down, tail goes back, elbows come back behind your wrists, scoop yourself through, chest lifts, eyes lift, hips drop through, shoulders back and down, tops of your feet. We're looking up. It's a nice deep breath in now. Let's put toes under. Bring your tail back so that you've not got your belly hanging down in down dog. Tail's coming back as it did last time, but this time as you come back, you're going to lift your knees and pull them into your chest. So now you're in this sort of frog position. with your tail in the air, and your chest has pushed between your arms, and your ears have ended up right on the inside of your upper arms. And your head's not dangling, it's being held in that position. Your tail onto your tippy toes, and then lift your tail up as high as you can. Push on the heel of your hands. And then slowly, keeping that tail high, let your heels come down and feel that stretch. Go right down to your calves, your gastrocnemius, your soleus. Come back up onto your tippy toes. Bring your chest through. Put your knees down. Open your knees and sit back. Arms staying wide. When you sit back in this position with your arms up above your head, palms down, you'll find this is just about the perfect position for down-facing and up-facing dog. So let's come up. Bring yourself into your plank, knee plank, which is trying to find a line leaning forward from your knees. Still having your head in alignment. That's looking good. You can go under and you can lift one knee and then the other. You can hold yourself there. Pelvic floor is working. Let's take an in breath. Exhale. We're going to put your knees down. Tail moves back. Hands stay where they are. Chest has come through so your ears are close to the upper arms, and you lift your tail up with your knees. With your knees. Soft. Push on the heel of your hand to get your chest through. Lift your tail as high as you can. And now let your heels drop down. Don't worry where they get to. Feel free to walk a little bit if you want to make them come down a bit lower. But this is where you can gradually work into. Let's come forward, back into plank. Bring your right foot forward. You might find you need to do a little step to bring it back. You've got your knee up at the back. Lovely. And now you can put your knee down. Let your foot out. And let that back hip drop forward. Fabulous. Look into yourself. Look along the floor. Up the wall. Push on your hands. We'll put the toes under the back. Going to lift that back knee. If you want to, if you can. And then we're going to bring the back foot forward to standing. And you probably need to do little steps. If you can do one big step, that's one thing. But if not, little steps is completely fine. Bring your feet so that they're in alignment with each other. And then find your dangle. Chin tucks in. Soften your knees. Roll your way back up. Nice and gentle. Shoulders back and down. Prayer position. How are you guys? How are you temperature? Okay. Are we ready? Shoulders back and down. Here we go. Breath in. Reaching. Both hands. Reach your shoulders up. Get a pillow of muscle here. If you keep your shoulders down, that's one way of doing it, but I want you to feel the support of that pillow of muscle, like raising it up. Lovely. Nice in breath. We're going to reach up and over. Hands come to your tail. Slide them down, looking up and over. Tuck your chin in. Have a little squeeze into your forward bend. Let your hands drop down. Look between your ankles. Look forward towards the front of the room. Start looking up the wall at the front of the room. Breathe in, let your arms dangle. Exhale, let yourself come back down really gently, really slowly. Tuck your chin in and dangle. Soften your knees, bring your tail down, bring your arms so that your ears are inside your upper arms. You can bring your hands together, you can lock them if you want to. You're going to either leave yourself looking down like you're diving off a diving board, or look to your thumbs, gaze at them. We're going to take an in-breath and lift your fists, your thumbs towards the ceiling, towards the heavens. Breathe in. And then exhale, back down. Your knees are already bent, so you can put your hands forward of your feet and wider of your feet. Your left foot is going to step behind you. Take it back far enough. And do any adaptations that you need to do to get your knee above or behind your ankle, chest inside or outside. Back hip can drop forward, and the back foot, you've got your knee down, lovely, and your back foot flat, lovely. So now that back hip can drop forward, and you're gazing down. We'll look into yourself. Look right into your belly button. Now look along the floor, up the wall, and look up. Breathe in, pushing the heels of your hands. Back toes go under. If you feel like you want to lift your knee, lift your knee. Hold it there for a moment. Lovely. Forward lunge there. We're going to pull the front foot to the back. Either put your knees down or come into a plank without your knees. Alternatively, put your knees down and then come into the plank. Tummy muscles, pelvic floor. Put your knees down now. Tail is moving back. Elbows move back behind your wrists, and we're going to scoop through like a little bird pecking up. And then chest up, eyes up, shoulders back and down, feet come flat. Up facing dog. Toes go under. Knees are down, so tail can come back towards your heels, and your chest is going back towards your thighs. Your ears are between your arms, and you pick your knees up. They're still bent, and that allows me to push my upper body through. Lift your tail, go onto tippy toes, lift your tail as high as you can, and now let your heels down. Come back up onto your tippy toes. Bring your chest through. You can put your knees down if you want to. We're going to plank. Particularly feel that you've got some give between your shoulder blades. You don't want to be pushing up too much in your shoulders and your back there. You're going to take your left foot and step it forward. Spend a moment, get yourself sorted. That's it. Check where your knee is versus your ankle, where your chest is and how your arms feel. You can take that back foot out flat, and when you've done that, you can let your hip drop forward. Look into yourself. Look along the floor, up the wall to the ceiling. Look into your forehead as you push up with your hands. Toes under at the back. Take a nice big breath in. And now you choose one step or several. Get your feet into place with your knees bent. Tuck your chin into your chest and then straighten your legs. Leave yourself in that dangle. Look between your ankles. Look towards the front of the room. Breathe in, lift your eyes. Exhale, fold down. Bend your knees. Sit down with your tail and bring your arms up beside your ears. Looking down like you're diving. You can bring your hands together. You can gaze at your thumbs. In breath. Tail stays down. Fingers reach up. And now push into your feet. We'll come back into prayer position. In breath. Reach. And lean back now. You've done this 3-4 times now. Here's a moment where you can lean back as much as you want to. If you need to support your back, put your hands in your low back. Lean back as much as you want to and feel as if you could open your arms to Y shape. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out. Hands back. How are you feeling? Yes? Top to toed? Okay. Lengthened. Fabulous. All right. So we're going to come to hip width. Lovely. And now I'll go from the side so that you can see. You're going to step back with one leg. Let's just say your right leg. So step back with one leg. So it's just an easy step. It's an easy step. And as soon as you'll do that, you'll notice that your hip will turn your toe out a little bit. Even if you step back straight, you don't tend to step back like that. Can you see? I'll just show you here. So I start here, and when I step back, it's an easy step, and my foot has turned out a little bit. And you'll find you've got a natural line. Now, if you want to be pedantic about it, we should really bring that foot so that it bisects the back foot. That is quite difficult because you're not very balanced because you've got your feet too close together. So I'd invite you to take that foot to hip width. Lovely. And that's where you are. We're going to soften that front knee, and the front knee is still not going to go forward of your ankle, and you should be able to see your toes. When you just look like that, you should be able to see your toes. If you can't see your toes, you might be too far forward. Once you get to there, turn your body to face your knee and feel what happens to your hip. So turn, yeah. So you're turning over the front leg. So you're facing forward over the front leg. Lovely. And then bring your hips around so that now your hips are square with your legs. Can you feel that? Okay, so let's just do that part of it. Let's just turn there and sense what happens. You'll feel it around your buttock at the back. Just say yes, Joe, if this is applying to you. You can feel it around in here in the groin. Yeah. So let's gently turn that back around. Feel that sensation, and you're trying to open up your hips now. So I've come here. I'm open. Lovely. Let's do that again. So just let that come around. I'm not also dropping, which can happen. People drop as they come around. We're coming around. Beautiful. Front knee is slightly bent. Lovely. Let's take your hands out to the side. So you're facing square forward. Your hands are going to come out square forward. And then you're going to push the heel of your hands as if to say, no. In fact, tuck your chin in, lift the top of your head up. And no, no, no. Beautiful. Now have a check, because if you're here with a big arch on. That's not what we want. So use your tummy muscles and bring yourself into squareness. Can you see the difference? I don't want to be here. This is all a bit floppy. It's a neutral spine. I've used my tummy muscles to pull myself here so that I'm not leaning back. I should be still nice and upright. Push into the heels of your hands. Breathe in. And then we're going to exhale and rotate so that you're facing forward. That knee, the front knee, wants to stay facing out to the side. And then let your hands come down. So let's start that from the beginning with the other side. So start at your hip width. Step back with your left foot. Make sure you've got a little bit of width. And that when you bend that front knee, you can still see your toes. I'm not massively stretched out here. Okay, I've not gone as far as I can go because I want to keep that sense of control. Turn your chest round now over the front thigh. So bring your whole body, your pelvis around. Feel that sensation. Feel what happens around there, around the back. And then we'll rotate it back nice and gently. So we're coming flat this way. Okay, so rotate over that front leg. If you're here, just bring yourself a little bit. It's about softening through the front of your body as well. Quite often we have a very, I'm big and I'm going to fight around the top front of our body, but we actually need to just soften that a little bit, just generally in life. Let's come around. I'm not here, I'm here and back. Lovely. So let's take your square across here. Let's take your arms out. Get them at the level of your shoulders. If you need to check, check. We're not back here. It's level and push into the heel of your hands. Let's soften that front knee a little bit. Beautiful. And we'll rotate. And we'll rotate. And sense what happens with your ribs as you rotate and squeeze around. Beautiful. And back. Let's take your hands around over the front leg. Aim your fingers for your toes. Gaze at them and start to watch as your hands come up. I'm still not leaning back at this point. Let me go from the side for you. I can look at my thumbs, just like you did with the fierce position. Lift your arms and keep looking at your thumbs. So now your arms are not beside your ears, they're just in front, and you're just looking at your thumbs. And soften that front knee just a little bit. Let's bring your hands down and step back and have a little rest. Again, if you can't do the step back in one go, it doesn't matter, do it in several goes. As you get more and more stretched out, it gets harder to get back in one go. So, right, so we go back to your first leg. This is called warrior. No, warrior. So, oh no, I had my right leg back first, didn't I? So, hip width, step back, check it. Now, you might be able to incy-wincy back just a little bit further. The toes are still turned out a little bit. And if I can incy-wincy back a little bit further, this part of me can just sink down. I'm not shoving forward. I'm keeping square and sinking down. Now you're a lot more spread and there's more stretch. Yes? Yes, Joe? It's a bit more dynamic, okay? So let's roll that hip. So you're going from square to the front, call that the front, and then turn over the bent knee. Feel your hips turn around and feel your hips turn back. Let your hands down beside you. Bring them out to the side. Heels of your hand. You can sink a little bit more and rotate. You can sink a little bit more maybe and rotate back. Bring your hands down. Look at them, tummy muscles. Gaze at them, looking up. Hands come down and pick your back foot up and bring it in. Because you've extended further, it's harder to do that, yes? Give it a little shake. Do you know which leg you did? You can feel the difference. Okay, so let's go. Other side. Hip width. Step back, still at hip width. Toes are turned out a little bit. Beautiful. Turn pelvis around. We're checking the front knee. Turn the pelvis around so it's going forward. Make sure you're not dangling forward here. Hold that. That's the one. Let's take our hands out to the side. Heels of the hands. Rotate your hip round to look at the long side and back. Feel that hip turn. Beautiful. Let's do that again. We're going to add in a toe thing, but we won't do that till next week. And back. Beautiful. You look really scary. Hands come down. Make sure you've got some support here. Gazing at thumbs. Looking up. If you want to sink in this final position, just make sure your knee doesn't go too far forward. And just so you know, you don't want to be rolled so that you've got the back edge of your foot off the floor. Should be stuck down. Breathe in. Reach up. Warrior. So give your hips a bit of a, because I'll warrant they can feel that. Yes? One of them always helps. Okay. Hip width. Stepping. It's a one step. You can go to it, you can come back to it. Your feet are square. Beautiful. Okay. So we're going to come out, shoulder height, palms down. Reach over with your body, your ribs. Reach. Back arm stays down. Stays down. So it's that. This can come down. You can make a triangle with that arm, or you can slide. But you mustn't end up pressing on your knee. So you can go below it or after it. Above it or below it. Or there. Top other hand reaches, turn over. Elbow crease up. Reach up to 12 o'clock. Breathe in. You'll be there a long while, Kat. You're there very early. So as you come over here, you're bringing your arm over with you and you're going to reach. Now your arm doesn't drop around the front of you, so consciously roll your shoulder back a bit and then look up at your hand. You need your tummy muscles pulled in. Look down at your foot. Look straight forward. Push on your leg and reach with your arm to come up. Whew. I have one of them then, which is a wide one of them. Other side then. Ribs, reach, hand, elbow or straight, palm up, Reach up, breathe in. Tummy muscles, pelvic floor as you lean over. Use your hand to support you. Look up at your hand. Look down at your feet. Foot. Tummy muscles pull in. Look straight ahead. Reach into fingertips and reach up. Press on your leg. Out we come. I'm cursed every day. Don't worry about that. Back here, I've got my feet square. And when we move into you'll see, and I'll tell you, but when we move, we're going to move your toes out. So when you come up, your toes will have moved out to here, towards the corners. But for the moment, they're just straight forward, and we'll come out. And you need to make sure that this isn't happening, so have a bit of control here. Chest is lifting, chin is pulled in. We're going to lift up and over. Reaching, brilliant. And bring your hands down to your toes or towards your toes. They could be on your ankles, you could be on your calves. And look in between your legs and see if you could see the ceiling between your legs. Or maybe you could just see your belly button. Take your hands and as if you were diving into the water but behind you, reach between your legs with your palms upwards and your backs of your hands towards the floor and reach through, chin tucks in. Take a big breath and reach. Soften, relax, shoulders. Right hand is going to go across to your left foot and you can either put it on your leg, on your foot or on the floor by your foot. Other hand is going to reach around and up to 12 o'clock and your body moves over towards your left side and you can look up. Now if you get your hands to the floor, that's fine. It's fine to be on your leg, as always, not on your knee joint. If your hand reaches to the floor, you can reach the other side of your foot and look up. Top arm comes down. Both hands on or around your ankle. Look at your knee. Tuck your chin into your chest. Take a nice breath in. Exhale, relax both arms into the center. Take your left hand and put it down near or by your right foot. Other hand, right hand, is going to watch it as it comes up. So you're looking to the back of the room, turned your triangle round, and you're looking up towards those fingers. If you wiggle them, can you see them? Let's let the top hand down. Your chest is over your left leg now. Both hands near that foot. Look at your knee. Tuck your chin into your chest. Take a breath in. Exhale, let your hands drop down and they can come into the middle. I'm going to dive through to the back of the room. Fingers dive to the back. Breathe in. Breathe out and reach through. Soften your knees, let your arms dangle. Soften your knees and turn your toes out a little bit. Just a little bit. The less, the better. Bring your tail down and round and through and your hands to your heart and bring that tail down and round. That's it, down and round. And oh, lift your heart and reach. Say, please help me. Somebody come. Somebody come and push. Oh. Bring your hands down. Have a little wiggle. Bring yourself in. Give it a little wiggle and a little bounce. If you can make your muscles bounce, It's really useful to help to just soften them out and loosen. Okay, we're going down for a relax. Ah, finally! Prayers. I want to be good. No. In breath. Reaching, reaching. Breathe in. Up and over. Tail back. Reach, reach, reach. Keep reaching, keep reaching, keep reaching. On the floor, how far forward can you reach? Tuck your chin in. Bring your hands back towards your feet. Soften your knees. We're going to take your knees down and have a little wiggle, tail to ear. If your hip could speak what it is you've been eating this week and your ear was listening to it, it would be, oh, you didn't. Oh, you didn't. And this is really loosening. So just make this, you can look up and round and in and under and through. Let your shoulders and your ribs, your pelvis have a wriggle. Take yourself around onto your tail. And with your feet out the front of you, start sitting up on those tail bones, those pointy sitting bones. And now tuck under. And tuck under, and don't forget you can use your hands. You can use your hands. I'm going down slowly, tuck in, go down slowly as you possibly can, so you can lay your back down. Each bit of your back, each bone, each disc, each vertebra lays down, and when you get down, you've got your chin tucked in so your neck is long. Let your legs just roll to open. Turn your shoulder blades in and under. This is going to lift the front of your chest and then surrender it. Let it go. Soften. Close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in, down into your belly. Sigh your breath out. Breathe in again. And breathe in as much as you possibly can so you've filled up with breath. And as you sigh it out, allow yourself to settle heavier, flatter on the floor. Give your weight to the earth beneath. And exhale. Where your eyes are softly closed, look into the darkness, into the distance, and feel the eye muscles soften, the sockets soften, giving your jaw a wiggle side to side, front to back, and then letting it stop, hinged back and open. So it's back and down, your mouth is a little bit open, your tongue just resting in the base of your mouth. And now seek the sensation that's around your jaw, your ears, the side of your face, maybe the side of your neck. Imagine you could breathe in through the soles of your feet. Take your attention to your feet. Mentally, have a little hello, I love you. I'm going to breathe in through the soles of my feet. And as you draw the breath in, the first breath comes up maybe to your knees. And then's release. Your next breath is going to draw up from the soles of your feet, right up through your thighs, to the tops of your thighs. And then exhale back through the soles of your feet. If you were to shift so that you could now breathe in through your pelvis, imagine a nose in your lower back on your pelvis, and breathe in around your hip joints, across the front of your hips, your psoas, your belly, your low back. Breathe in and then relax and exhale through the low back, through your pelvis, and feel it soften. The next breath is going to expand your lungs. Your ribs will move a little bit, and as they open, as your ribs open, the muscles open. As you exhale, softly relaxing, feel the ribs soften and close. Like Venetian blinds, they move with your breath. If you had a nose on the front of your chest, on your breastbone, on your sternum, breathe in. Fill your ribs, your lungs. Fill the spaces around your side body, under your arms. Feel yourself spread as you breathe in, and then soften. Finally, imagine you have a nose in the crown of your head, and you can breathe in and in. And the breath comes in and wafts gently around your mind tank, doing a bit of dusting, brushing up, a bit of polishing. And then as you exhale through the top of your head, let your brain be cleansed. Out breath sweeps away dust, debris. In breath, bringing fresh new energy. So the fresh new energy comes in and in. And you begin to sense the energy forming in your toes until they start to want to wriggle. Begin to wriggle your toes and then turn your ankles and begin to move your knee joints gently. Work your way up through your body, move up to your hips and give them a little gentle wriggle and squiggle. Your pelvis, your ribs, your shoulders, your chest. You can have a little wriggle and stretch. Your arms, fingers, reach, and maybe your stretch will be a bit of a yawn as well. Roll onto your side, taking your time. We're going to bring ourselves around and up to our feet. We'll take 1 foot crosses. I've got my opposite hand to foot to push and turn and lift. It's a really simple way to get up, very useful. And if you've got friends and relatives who find it difficult to get up from the floor, that can be really helpful. So let's go back to prayer position just to finish off. I always bring you back because I want you to be awake and safe when you leave. Well, awake anyway. You lot, I don't know about safe. Prayer position. Shoulders back and down. Chin tucks in. With an in-breath, opening to the heavens to receive fresh energy straight from the universe. With your out-breath to the earth with gratitude. And gathering in armfuls and bunches of all the wonderful things that are in your world, the people, the stuff, the food, all of the nature, everything, gather it in, and then we share. Energy bodies, wherever you may be, whether you're in your homes, whether you even live in the county, we don't even care. You can join us even if you live in another country. Yeah? We don't mind. Or you can come in. So, thank you very much indeed. I hope you've enjoyed that. We've got one more week of that. And we're going to do pretty much what we did with maybe one little addition. Just one. Nothing difficult, promise. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Okay. Ooh, I like your double width one.
Roll everywhere. Where I am.